to our last Monday of video instruction. After this week, I'm not going to make any new assignments. There will only be the opportunity for you to make up anything that you are missing. For this week's tech check, I want you to work on number 101 in your book. On violin is only in second position. So let's do a quick 1 octave C scale in second position. That means you're going to start with your first finger in that low 2 spot. Your 2 finger goes on your 3 tape, 3 goes on your 4 tape, 4th finger touches. After you run out of fingers, you go to the E string and you do the exact same pattern. G, A, B, and C. Is in 6/8 time. That means there will be 6 beats per measure. 8th note gets the beat. One more way you can practice this scale as a warm-up for this song is to play the rhythm that you see in measure 1, which would be 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's do this in a hooked bow pattern. This recording track, I really suggest plucking along with the recording that I'm making. That way you kind of get a feel for what it's supposed to sound like and you can figure out how the rhythms line up. So here is the first time through, slowly 101, and pluck it the first time if you're having trouble. On viola is in 3rd position. If you get really confused, just play the thing in 1st position. That is okay too. So for the 3rd position version, make sure you're using the following finger pattern. Your 1 goes on your 3 tape, 2 goes on your 4 tape, 3 is a high 3, and your 4 should touch. That pattern is the same on the D string. If you do this in 3rd position, there are no notes on the A string, only 3rd position on the D and the G. If you do this in 1st position, please make sure you are playing low 2 F natural and low 2 C natural. Let's do a quick warm-up with those notes. I'm going to do the 3rd position version, starting C on the G string, but if you would like to play this scale in 1st position, that is fine also. take note that number 101 is in 6/8 time. So let's practice the rhythm that happens in the very first measure, where you're doing long, short, long, short. Let's do this using hooked bows. What? If you're having trouble with this one, the first thing I suggest you do is pluck along with the recording that I'm making right now, just to kind of hear how the rhythm and the notes all fit together. So here is a slow version of 101 that you can either pluck or bow along to. For cello, number 101 starts in first position, and it involves shifting between fourth position as well as third position. This is in C major, so to warm up, let's do a short C major scale, starting in first position on the G string. You should also note that your time signature for this piece is 6/8 time. So to also work on that, let's do a C scale again, using the rhythm in measure 1, which is a long, short rhythm. And let's do this using hooked bows. Playing through 101 is isolate the places where it's shifting, just to make sure you know where you are shifting to. So the first shift happens in the second line in the second to last measure. You are shifting to fourth position on the D string to your fourth finger. So you're going all the way from E. Put your first finger up on the gold tape. Then add your 2, 3, and 4 fingers. You'll know you have it in about the right spot if it sounds like your open C. Measure of the second line, you're still in fourth position, and your notes should be 4, 3, 1. And then your next shift happens where it wants you to take your first finger, and instead of having your first finger on that A, it wants you to then shift back and put your third finger on that note. So basically this would be what we call a replacement, where you're playing the same note but with a different finger. Same thing, 4 bows each to start. Shift and put your third finger there instead. The last shift that you have is in the last line, the last 3 measures. Luckily you have an open A that you are shifting from, and then it wants you to go to second position and put your 1 where the F natural is. This does mean that you need to do an extended second position pattern where your second finger goes on the blue tape and your 4th finger ends up on the gold tape. That way you're able to go G and use A for a 4 rather than and having to do the string crossing. So let's go, let's do 3 notes. So this is in the last line, the 1, 2, 3rd measure in. I'm going to play each of those notes twice, starting with C. While you're playing the open A, shift that 1 towards the F natural. A is an extended 4. And the next measure, you have G with a big 2. 4. Then back to first position for the last 3 notes of that measure. If you are extra confused about all of this, please feel free to just play this song in first position with no shifting. I'm going to play a slow version of 101. Please feel free to pluck through this first time if you are having trouble figuring out how the notes and the rhythms fit together. Don't forget to do your theory worksheet also for this week. If